Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by vast fields, where wildflowers bloomed in every color of the rainbow, and a river flowed gently by, there lived a striking dog named Zira. With her golden fur that shone under the sun like a ray of sunshine and expressive brown eyes filled with wisdom, Zira had captured the hearts of everyone in the village. She roamed the streets freely, always looking for people to greet, especially the children, whom she adored. The villagers considered her a gentle soul, a guardian watching over their homes and protecting their dreams. The villagers' lives were simple and serene, but one winter's evening, a sense of unease settled over the village as a heavy frost settled over the land. The sky was a deep shade of indigo, and the stars twinkled like diamonds scattered across the velvety sky. It was on this night that Zira was out exploring the thicket near the edge of the woods, her fur a-glint in the faint moonlight, her ears perked up, and her tail wagging softly as she wandered through the snow-covered trees. While wandering through the forest, Zira stumbled upon an eerie sound that pierced the chilly air, an unsettling, weak cry. Zira's ears pricked up, her instincts guiding her toward the source. With quick, purposeful strides, she pushed through the underbrush until she stumbled upon the most astonishing sight. A newborn baby, wrapped in nothing but a thin blanket, lying amidst the fallen leaves and snow. The baby lay still, its tiny chest rising with each gentle breath, as if beckoning Zira to come closer. Zira's heart racing as panic coursed through her veins. She knew she had found something precious. Who could have abandoned this child in such harsh weather? Striding closer, she sniffed around the baby, her snout twitching with curiosity. An overwhelming urge to protect the fragile life marinated within her washed over her. With tenderness, Zira nudged the baby with her nose, trying to cover it with her warm body. When that proved insufficient, she began to howl, a mournful, haunting cry echoing through the cold air. The sound was so heart-wrenching that it caught the attention of a few nearby villagers. "What is that noise?" asked a farmer, pausing from his work. Guided by curiosity and concern, he followed the sound deep into the woods, only to find Zira standing bravely over the infant. Stunned, he called for others, and soon a handful of villagers gathered, their eyes wide with disbelief and fear. Who would leave a child like this? Someone whispered, shaking their head. It must be a sign, a curse. The rumor spread quickly that this child was abandoned due to some terrible deed, some hidden sin. Zira, however, cared little about the whispers surrounding her. She was determined to protect the baby at all costs. Ignoring the stares, she carefully picked up the baby in her mouth, cradling it gently, and trotted toward the village as if to say, "This is mine now. I will take care of it." The villagers were taken aback. "Is she mad? It's a human baby," someone exclaimed. "It can't survive. It's dangerous." But Zira didn't deter. She pressed forward, placing the child down in the village's central square. The baby cooed softly, completely unaware of the turmoil that surrounded it. A crowd formed, some coming closer, intrigued yet anxious. In the midst of this chaos, an elderly woman named Granny Anika, known for her wisdom, stepped forward. She looked at Zira with kindness and said, "You've brought this child to us for a reason. We can't leave it here." As if affirming her statement, Zira barked gently, her eyes pleading. It was then that they realized the dog was not just protecting the baby. She was trying to foster a bond, urging the villagers to take responsibility. Following Granny Anika's lead, the villagers began discussing amongst themselves. "We cannot abandon it, but who will take it in?" The townsfolk hesitated. In that moment of uncertainty, a compassionate woman named Aisha, who had longed for a child of her own but remained childless for many years, stepped forward. She knelt beside Zira and the baby, holding out her hands. "I will take him," she said. "I will cherish him. If this dog believes he is special, then so do I." Thus, the child, whom Aisha named a man, became the newest member of the village, and Zira instantly relaxed, her mission complete, for now. But hidden within the folds of this miraculous event was a secret that would test their newfound family. In the months and years that followed, a man grew, playing with Zira, running through the fields, and laughing with the villagers. Zira continued to care for the child as if he were her own pup. The two forged an inseparable bond, and their presence in the village brought joy and love to everyone's heart. One scorching summer day, as a man played with Zira under the shade of the ancient trees, two strangers arrived in the village. They were clad in ragged clothing, their faces lined with hardship and desperation. They began asking questions about a child who had been taken several years ago, a mystical legend in the nearby towns, said to be born under a rare celestial event which promised great power. What power? The villagers' imagination spiraled. The strangers painted pictures of prophecy and destiny, claiming that if a man were indeed the child they sought, he would bring doom or deliverance, depending on the choices made henceforth. The villagers were torn. Some believed that a man was destined for greatness, that he possessed a special gift, while others thought it was just a foolish legend born from superstition. The villagers' debate went on for days, with opinions ranging from acceptance to fear. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, more and more strangers arrived in the village, all seeking to find the child they believed was the chosen one. The villagers became divided, some supporting a man in Zira, while others turned against them, claiming they were cursed. The atmosphere in the village grew increasingly tense. Imran, Aisha's husband, decided to investigate these claims, searching for answers about a man's past. He spent countless hours poring over ancient texts and speaking with wise men, trying to uncover the truth. The more he learned, the more questions emerged. A man grew anxious, unsure of what the future held. He began to wonder if he really was special, if he was destined for greatness, or if it was just a cruel fate that awaited him. Zira, sensing her friend's distress, stood by him, offering comfort and reassurance. However, just as things began to settle, the villagers received news of a severe drought that was affecting the entire region. Crops were withering, and the people were struggling to find food and water. The village elder, Granny Anika, called a meeting to discuss the crisis. As they gathered, a man spoke up, his voice filled with conviction. "I may not be the chosen one, but I believe I can help. My presence has brought love and unity to this village. Perhaps that is a real magic, love, acceptance, and community." The villagers were taken aback by a man's words, and for a moment they forgot about the strangers and their claims. They remembered the love and unity that Zira and a man had brought into their lives. Together, they decided to focus on helping their community, using the knowledge and skills they had to overcome the drought. As the days passed, the villagers worked tirelessly to create a garden, using techniques that would help conserve water and bring forth a harvest. Zira, sensing the villagers' hard work, stood guard over the garden, watching over it with her fierce loyalty. A man, too, played a crucial role, using his newfound love for nature to find innovative solutions to their problems. Together, they worked to create a thriving garden that not only brought them closer together but also brought life to their parched village. The villagers' efforts paid off, and soon the garden was thriving. The crops grew, and the villagers were able to have a bountiful harvest. The strangers who had arrived earlier, seeking the chosen one, were forgotten in the face of this newfound success. As the villagers celebrated their victory, Aisha gathered the children around her and told them the story of Zira and a man, a tale of love, acceptance, and the power of community. "You are all special in your own way," she said, "just like Zira, who protected us with her love and loyalty. A man who brought us together with his kindness and compassion. We are all chosen ones, destined to make a difference in this world, in our own unique ways." The villagers smiled, knowing that they had found their true strength in each other, in the love and acceptance they showed to Zira and a man, and in their own determination to make a difference. Years went by, and the village continued to thrive. A man grew into a wise and compassionate leader, who used his knowledge and skills to help those in need. Zira remained by his side, a constant reminder of the power of love and acceptance. The village became a beacon of hope, a place where people came to find solace and support. And a man and Zero, once strangers, became an integral part of the community, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. One day, a young girl named Sophia arrived in the village, seeking refuge from a war-torn land. She was scared and alone, but when she saw Zira and a man together, she smiled, knowing that she had found a new family. Aisha and Imran welcomed Sophia with open arms, and the villagers rallied around her, just as they had done with a man. Zira, sensing the girl's fear, went up to her, nuzzling her gently, and Sophia felt a sense of peace wash over her. As she settled into her new home, Sophia asked a man about Zira's story. He smiled, his eyes shining with love and admiration. "She's a guardian angel," he said, "a reminder of the power of love and acceptance. She protected a man when he was just a baby, and she's been with him ever since, showing him the way." Sophia listened, entranced by the tale of Zira and a man. And as she did, she realized that she had found her true home, a place where love and acceptance knew no bounds. The villagers smiled, knowing that they had created a community that was truly special, one that welcomed all, regardless of their background or past. And Zira and a man, the duo who had brought them together, stood proudly at the heart of it all, a symbol of the power of love and acceptance to overcome even the greatest challenges. And so, the village continued to thrive, a testament to the transformative power of love and acceptance. A man and Zira remained an integral part of the community, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. And as they walked through the village, hand in paw, they knew that they had found their true purpose, to spread love and acceptance to all who needed it. Years went by, and the village continued to grow and prosper. A man became a wise and compassionate leader, using his knowledge and skills to help those in need. Zira remained by his side, a constant reminder of the power of love and acceptance. One day, as a man sat on the porch of his home, surrounded by the people he loved, he realized that he had found his true calling, to live a life of love, acceptance, and service to others. And as he looked out at the village, he knew that he wasn't alone, for Zira was with him always. As the sun set on the village, casting a warm orange glow over the fields, a man turned to Zira and smiled. "You've been with me since the beginning," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. "You've shown me the true meaning of love and acceptance. I don't know what I would have done without you." Zira wagged her tail, her eyes shining with love and adoration. She knew that she had found a true purpose, to be a symbol of the transformative power of love and acceptance. Together, a man and Zira walked through the village, hand in paw, spreading love and acceptance to all who needed it. And as they did, they knew that they had found their true home, a place where love and acceptance knew no bounds. The villagers smiled, knowing that they had created a community that was truly special, one that welcomed all, regardless of their background or past. And Zira and a man, the duo who had brought them together, stood proudly at the heart of it all, a symbol of the power of love and acceptance to overcome even the greatest challenges. And so, the village continued to thrive, a testament to the transformative power of love and acceptance. And a man and Zira remained at its heart, a reminder that love and acceptance can conquer all.